ID, please.
Yo. Heard a lot of shit through the grapevine, might seem soft, but I'll play nice. I ain't even started just.
Welcome back, guys, to the last episode of season 4 of Let's Talk French. Before we get into it, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's listened and watched this season. Everyone, especially my guests as well. Obviously, without my guests, there wouldn't be any episodes. So I'm really grateful for you guys. So to wrap this season up, normally we have a topic, but as recently, people have been saying to me that with like 4 seasons, they don't really know me that much. So this week, I've got Steve, Sonyce, Reuben, and Chad, and they're just gonna be showing you guys French. So before we get into it, don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe.
Remember when she was nervous? Like,
Yes.
remember them things?
Her leg was shaking. She
Even
was
when she was doing this, like,
You know, every episode my leg does that. I don't know
she's
why it
not
shakes.
shy, by the way. She's not shy.
I'm not shy,
She's
but I
just
just
moving a bit. Who wants to start? I remember when Ines, right, like she has a pushback. I don't know if she still has it
Is
now.
that we're gonna start?
Yeah, we're gonna start with that because they need to know what you're on. Pushback.
Yeah.
I told Ines, come get some books for, I think it was
Sociology.
I told her, come get some sociology books. I finished my sociology, come and take them. She came on a pushback. I said, yeah, no. That picture's legendary.
I need to show. I don't know how I'm gonna show it.
No, but they need to see it. Edit it in there.
I'm gonna edit that in somehow.
She wore Astros. You know when everyone's like, oh yeah, your dad wears Astros.
Wait, how old was
She
you when
done
you done
that.
this?
Secondary school.
She done that.
Bro, it's not Astros, they're studs.
They got spikes on
They're
them.
studs.
On concrete.
Concrete.
You're taking a piss, man.
No, but I came. Wait, keep going on.
No, wait, no.
How are you not gonna start back grilling me?
No, I want to start with it's the pushback. For me, it's
I
the
can't lie,
pushback.
you gotta let your audience know who you really are, like.
Yeah, man. I don't think they know. We know in it what like.
Humble
I'm not gonna
person with a walk. She was on a bike. I
I
couldn't
didn't know
even
man
believe
was
it.
doing pushy with studs.
No, it's not even that her. She looked like Mandem. Her hair was down, everything.
Yeah,
But she was just on a
I had
bike.
weave in that.
I was just like, yeah, this girl's a bit.
You
funny.
want weave and
Some
studs?
Debo.
No, I had weave and
studs.
No.
No,
When
she went on the bike.
when she gave me the books, I was on the bike, and then
So that picture, did you have studs on?
Bro.
That picture's different. That's not the bike. That's another
Nah,
issue.
That's a different
That's
That's
another
another
issue.
scenario. That's another
error
issue.
still.
That's an error.
They're Mercurials. Why are you wearing that? Oh my god.
Gun fingers.
She was from the hood. That's it. That's all we have to say.
Right.
Dead, man.
So that's where we're starting then.
Yeah.
Ines,
everyone wants to get on
The
to
real
me.
her.
where you really from? Where you from? Like, you don't talk about it.
Isn't it?
Where am I from? I'm from Heath, Fulton Heath, even not from Thornton Heath.
She said Heath. Tell them
I said
Heath.
from Heath.
She said Heath. Like you can tell she's from the hood.
I mean, I've lived in South all my life, innit? Obviously, I told you guys already. I lived in Brixton, Annerley, Norbury, and Croydon, and ended up in Heath. So I've always lived in South. Would never change it.
South legend.
Honestly, I'll do it again.
That's mostly southwest, isn't it? Maybe it's south.
Yeah, apart from Annerley, that's South East. Apart from that, I've always lived in Southwest. So
That's where the heart is.
Yeah, man. I feel like if you don't know someone that knows Ines, you're from South, then
you don't make it. You're doing me so dirty. Right?
Energy bait like that?
Ines is bait. Man.
Somebody's friend knows Ines. Somebody's friend.
Hey, you
Definitely.
man got questions.
Yeah, I got the question that she sent us. You want it?
I need to refresh my memory, man.
Please start with me nicely, please, because you know I'm very.
You know what? In fact, how do you feel this season of the podcast has gone? Obviously, you started this podcast in the first lockdown, right?
Yeah, last year.
So it's been what, a year and change now. 4 seasons deep. Some TV shows don't even make it that long. So how do you feel like that whole process has been for you, and how do you feel like this last series with all of the visual effects and moving studios and things like that? How do you feel like that's been received by the public?
I think it's been received well because everyone's really liked it, and I feel like obviously because I started off on audio, I had like one, not I wouldn't say audience, but like I had the audio listeners, and then I feel like once I put like a face to the voice and I show you lot as well, it's like I've started to I don't know how to word it. Basically, I feel like I've reached out to more people now. Do you know what I mean? The people that like YouTube can now listen, can now watch it. People that still like audio can still listen to it. So, but I think this season as a whole, it's kind of my favorite one because it's really like, I mean, I'm not a shy person, but it's like I'm speaking on the camera now pretty much every week, so it's kind of making me get used to that. What else is that? I don't know. It's been nice. I think the whole studio things have been nice as well. Changing from being in Brixton, now we're in Wandsworth. That's nice. That nice different change. Yeah, it's been calm. I think if anything, I kind of wish that I started off doing studio first, because when we used to record on audio, it would feel like a phone call, innit? So it was like we were speaking, but I couldn't see no one's facial expressions. I couldn't see anything. But now it's like we're all together. I could just look and start laughing at someone. Like, do you know what I mean? So I definitely like that kind of feel. So yeah.
Do you feel like the followers got more or less followers since you started showing your face?
Yeah, I did.
You say what more?
I've got more followers on Instagram.
Man, I'm trying to move to you.
It's a good thing. It's the guests that you have.
DMs ringing off. They want to talk French.
Nah, definitely. I think even some people that they were like, "Oh, say swear it's your pod." Like, yeah, cause I feel like, cause before when I used to post it, I mean, people know it's mine, but I don't really like post my podcast like that. So it's like now you know it's the same face. Like, you know, there's different guests every week, but I'm still here, so you kind of know it's my thing. So,
I got a question. What would you say that you enjoy most about doing a podcast?
honestly, just being, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds cringe, yeah, but just being with my friends. Because I feel like, every episode that I do, obviously, like, I speak to my friends like all the time, but there's certain topics that when people speak that I've never actually seen my friend say this, so I kind of learn about my friend as well. Like when we had the episode we done together, What Is Love to You, there were certain parts where I didn't even speak because like I was actually starting to see different stuff. Like, I think when you lot were talking about certain situations, like on a normal day, I would have asked some of my friends these kind of questions, innit? So you kind of learn about people that you obviously know your friends, but you kind of start to learn about people as well. So I definitely like that, I think.
Do you think your friends have taken your podcast like nicely? I don't know how to put it, but have they done what they needed to do as friends, like with your podcast? Would you say? You have to be honest.
You know what it is? How can I answer this in the most polite way? Like, there are certain people that I would have expected them to like show a bit more love to it, but all the friends that I've shown love, I don't know how to word, like it's just like everyone that's been showing me love, I appreciate it. Like for example, like you lot have all been on the podcast before numerous amount of times, but like you mentioned, Chad was on my first episode and he's here again at the end of season 4. Like, do you know what I mean? So like just that kind of support, I appreciate it. So obviously, like I feel like no one's obliged to do anything. It would be nice if some of my other friends did more, but again, I don't really care because the friends that are doing it, they're doing it more than enough. So.
Would you say with the podcast, you see how you like normally do it, episodes with like your friends and that? Would you say, let's say this is something that you want to do like long term wise, would it ever get to a point where you might like bring in, I don't know, like a stranger or somebody that you might know but like you're not really close to, and then maybe like have a conversation about different kind of topics and that on your podcast?
I think I actually might try that because this season I had my Kaden, the one the artist that sings in it, and even though I already knew him, we're not close, and it was like when I done it with him, it went really, really well. So I feel like probably like in the future, I'd probably bring like people, like again probably like maybe like other famous people, like not famous people, like artists or like people that do sports or other people in it to talk to them more. Probably do that. I think I'll definitely be down to do that. 'Cause that's even more interesting too, and it even puts me up my comfort zone. Because like with you lot, are my friends, but with them, it's like I don't know how to word it. Like because they're not actually my friends, I have to really not turn it on. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like I have to really do this. If that makes sense.
What would you say is like 5 things for those who don't know you as well, you would say to describe yourself?
Words or things? Like words.
Either or.
How do I describe myself?
Let's say it's a job interview.
A job interview.
Yeah. What's 5 things?
Oh, that's punctual.
Okay, that's boring. That's boring. I said that
Interview
I'm just
But you know what I meant? Like to interview. What's
No,
5 things
you,
about
just
yourself?
you.
about me.
Scott said punctual. What? Like,
Yes, that's
what's
what
your
he's
trying to
punctual?
sell us.
If that's an important part of your personality, then fine,
Damn,
innit?
fine. Like she's gonna be the one setting up.
she's
Like, okay, great.
If can I say efficient?
You can say whatever you want.
Whatever you
What am I
want,
supposed to say?
not punctual.
Funny? That's cringe. I know I'm funny.
So say I'm
So say-
funny.
Yeah, I'm
Just
funny.
say I'm
Alright, cool.
guys.
So
Like,
5
I'm
words that I
funny.
say about myself. I'm very funny.
Questionable.
Nah,
Questionable.
nah,
I think I'm.
no, not funny. You can't say it because everyone thinks they're funny.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, but you don't know that I'm. Alright,
you
cool.
are,
I'm
you are.
funny.
She's alright.
I'm
She's
funny.
alright.
Funny.
She's alright.
I think I'm very attractive.
jeez.
You said to describe myself.
Go on.
Okay, come on.
Funny, attractive. I think I'm very open, open-minded to a lot of things. Sporty. Nah, that's a bit cringe. I'm an athlete. I can't really.
But but you didn't.
Everyone knows that, to be
But
honest.
still,
Oh yeah, 5 things to call me, innit? Athlete as well, and intelligent. Very smart.
I don't think a lot of people would know that. You know,
That I'm smart.
somebody on a
Yikes.
pushback would be smart. But yeah, you're proper
I'm
smart.
very
like,
smart.
yeah, very very smart.
What is your agenda against pushies, bro?
No, it's
Honestly.
just the fact, I have the image in my head and it replays.
It's because I used to ride it a lot, to be fair. Like, I used to ride it
Girls that
bare.
was on pushbacks.
Like,
Look at that.
it's mad.
The way she basically
Iconic,
described, she basically described you like one trapper, you know.
That's what I'm trying to
She
say.
basically was. I told her come and get a book. It's actually coming like I'm selling to her. It's mad. But yeah, let's go to the intelligent thing. Do a lot of them know that you do economics at uni?
I don't know. I've got economic modules
Economic modules. What's your what's
in
your
international business,
International
but I have bare economic modules. Yeah, I mean, I don't know A level, to be fair, but
yeah. And I know you really liked economics.
yeah, it's
like,
my favorite one.
Why did you? I'm gonna ask like, why did you pick economics? What encouraged you? Like, why did you pick business, international business? Sorry, I should say.
So I picked international business because when I was picking my unis, I was stuck between studying economics as a whole or studying I forgot which department it was, but I wanted to study business in it as well and economics. But you know what? When I was reading the module for international business, they have finance in there, accounting, eco, and like global stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I might well just do this because that way I can learn everything. And like obviously, because I want to work globally, I want to work out of this country, and I speak French. So I want to at least understand how different markets like work, and that so that I can go kind of anywhere and obviously use my language at an advantage. So yeah, that's why I picked it.
What would you say the like short term and long term, not goals, but like kind of work you would want to position yourself in? Obviously, kind of. I'm guessing it would be in line with what you're studying at the moment. Apart from
So
track.
pause that. Athletics aside, I actually want to work. I actually want to do investment banking a lot. Like I'm proper into investment banking. If not that, I wouldn't mind consultancy, but no, proper. I can't lie, investment banking. But I feel like in 2021, so like in 5 years, I would want to be like in a big firm, working like in a big firm. If not, probably working abroad. I want to work in France a lot. Or like, yeah, I really want to work in France. I don't mind other countries, but France, I really want to work there. I feel like I'm kind of different from the question, but I think it'll push me as well. Because even though I speak French, you know how we speak French, yeah? Like speaking French, like in like a bank, it's not like it's still French, but I speak slang more than normal French. So I have to like, or make me have to like push myself to actually, how
Like
can I word
be
it?
formal, like.
Be more formal. So that will push me in a different kind of way. But yes, in 5 years I want to work there. 10 years. I'm saying this now, but if I don't get bored, I'll probably look for other stuff. So maybe like senior roles and executive roles and that. But yeah, for now, I'm currently doing investment banking or consultancy.
How would you say, like, as we know, you're an athlete, innit? How would you say you kind of like balance your life between like university, being an athlete, the podcast, and like, everything else that you like do?
I think I balance it quite well because the way I balance it, I just make sure. The way I balance athletics and uni and the podcast, I just make sure that. I make sure that I'm on top of my schoolwork, so that I don't have to miss training, and I make sure that when I'm training, that I make sure that I'm on top of my schoolwork, so that I don't have to miss training. But also when I'm training, I like to train with a free mind, so I make sure like everything is done in that kind of way. Because even though like I want to take athletics serious and that, it is also a place where I can just forget about everything and just run. The podcast, that kind of balances quite well because I only do it like once or twice a week. Do you know what I mean? So that I can actually make it work. But yeah, that's how I balance it. I just make sure that everything gets done properly. So like, for example, if there are times where I have to focus more on school, like I can just tell my coach that, oh, can I train this day instead so that I can just get that done. Like that's how I basically balance it out.
Oh, so your it's like your coach is kind of like lenient on you, because whereas like some other coaches might be like, right, there's set days that you have to train, so you have to get that certain time. So if that was the case, it could have been a bit more harder for you.
Yeah, but I think what my coach always says to me as well, he's like, yeah, school always comes first. Like he always said to me like because I'm only 20 years old, like, track's not going nowhere. He's like, make sure you pattern school. Because even when I had my exams in May, I mean, to be fair, I was injured anyways, so it was kind of calm for me anyway. But he just made sure that I was basically in the gym more than I was in the gym more than track, so that I could just gym, study, exam. Do you know what I mean? So he's very like, he understands it.
So you're an athlete?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that. So obviously the Olympics has just happened. How did you find that, like the whole watching experience? Anything that stood out to you? Anything that you enjoyed? Anything you didn't really like?
I liked a lot of the Olympics. I think the events that really stood out to me the most, for me, it was the 400 meter hurdles. That was my favorite event. I think obviously I like the 1, the 2 as usual, the relay, but yeah, I proper enjoy watching the 400 meter hurdles. The 400 meter hurdles. You must. I proper enjoyed the 400 meter hurdles. Both genders, like men and women, like, it was fantastic to watch. The only thing that I was kind of, obviously it's not their fault, but obviously like, the timing, like, you know, the timing thing, it was just mad, but at the same time, it was proper nice to watch. I really enjoyed it. I kind of wish that, I feel like so many good things happen. I wish they had fans there. Like I feel like the one, I mean, hopefully in Paris it's back to normal, but I really wish that they had fans there because people were doing fantastic stuff, and it was like, can't really. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's funny you bring up the 4 hurdles. So obviously this week, I don't know how many people will be aware of it, but this week, the Olympic champion in the 4 hurdles, Sydney McLaughlin, released a video of her in her whip talking about some things that she was dealing with in athletics and things that, you know, she wasn't really happy with people talking about, you know, things like basically discrediting her ability because of the colour of her skin. People thinking that, or she said that she feels that people only believe she's in the position that she's in because she is light skinned. Now, you might not have that kind of issue, but have there been any issues that you've had in track, or any issues that you've witnessed in track from other people that don't sit right with you, that you wish you could change or wish you could improve?
I can't think off my head because I haven't experienced that myself. I can't think of who I've seen that happen with off my head.
What do you feel about the testosterone levels? So girls that usually, like 400 was the event, they've gone to 200 now, like because of their testosterone levels.
I think it's not fair at all. I think it's just BS. I don't want to, like, you know me, I don't back up the red part like that, but like it's taking the piss. I feel like the reason why I think what was actually nice to see though is that she still medaled anyways. So you made her do a 2 and she still medaled. And even the other day at Under 20 Worlds, she still done the thing. So it's like, it just goes to show like you're doing that. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fair on them that train hard, but at the same time, she said, alright, cool, well, I want a medal.
And then they came out
Olympics
and said, what is it? The scientists that did some research on it when it was Casa Semenya came out and said, yeah, maybe we were wrong about the effect of the thing.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, it said maybe we overestimated the thing. But like, you've actually affected so many people's livelihood at this point. That it's like, it's what it is, man. You enjoying track at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it now, yeah.
That's good, man. Bare PBs this year.
Yeah, so many improvements. You haven't even said that.
Every
I'm talking about myself.
What's the episode about?
Look,
it's about me. It's about me.
I look fantastic.
I do.
If you have to go on Snap, I look fantastic. This and that.
No,
Pick up yourself in track as well, man.
Even building on from his previous points, like obviously you're really like passionate about athletics. Like you've been doing it for a long time. Like what would your, let's say, advice be for like, let's say, aspiring athletes like yourself, like that? Because obviously you get to a certain age where some people might lack a bit of motivation to do like certain sports. Do you get what I'm saying? So what would your kind of advice be for like people that might be younger than you that might want to become an athlete? Like, what would you say for them? Because obviously you've had some setbacks, like injuries, all of that stuff there. You could have easily quit. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because obviously when you are injured, it's quite hard. So like, what would you say for them kind of people that are obviously younger than yourself and that are doing athletics like yourself?
I think I'd probably tell them to just keep enjoying it. Like, make sure that you enjoy it all the time. Like I think as well, like every session that you have, it's not going to be the same. Do you know what I mean? Some are going to be great, some are going to be a bit, but keep enjoying it. And also not to watch other people. I feel like before, I used to compare myself like a lot to better other athletes. And I'm like, oh, I'm this age and I ain't done this and that. And I feel like this year, which is weird, I think the 1 year I just said, I'm just going to enjoy it. It's been going well, innit? So hopefully next year it goes even better. But I would just say, just enjoy it. Because that cool for me, this doesn't pay my rent and that. So it's not like if something goes wrong, I'm finished. That I can still enjoy myself and this, that. Do you know what I mean? It's not life or death. Like, it's just track. Even though I love it, it's still only distracting me. Make sure you enjoy it. Don't watch other people. Everyone's path is also different. Because I've got friends in athletics that I've started, and like in less than 2 years they're doing things. People that have taken like 10 years to do things. So it's like, you shouldn't really watch no one. I think that's what I say. Makes sense.
And off the back of that as well, obviously on another side, what kind of like, what advice or what would you say you've learned from, because obviously I know you in it, like I feel like when you was like in school and stuff, like you're a lot different to, not different in a back, you've matured a lot from like certain things in it, like you've matured a lot. Like I think, like you've matured a lot from maybe the way you used to certain decisions you would make, how you would react to certain things, like to now. So what would you say like has changed that, or what advice would you give to, like, I don't know, a young lady like from that has the kind of come up, like he wasn't born in central London, get me, like this that to aspire, because I feel like you have a platform now, like you have a following, and like you're someone that, like, I feel like someone could look up to you. Like you're doing well in your studies, you're doing athletics, you have a podcast, like, so how would you, like, what advice would you give to someone that may be like coming from the kind of
environment that I'm from? Can I answer it like I'm talking to myself from back in the day?
Say your younger you.
My younger me, because
How would your head teacher think about seeing you now?
Do you think your head teacher?
I was proud as well.
Do you think they would like be shocked to see you doing what you're doing?
I think in my first school, that one would be shocked 100%. I think my second school, she wouldn't be too shocked, because towards the end of school I started to pattern. Like, she saw me starting to pattern up. But I think what I would basically tell myself back then is, this might sound bad to someone that's doing that now, but I wouldn't change it, because I feel like everything comes for a reason, and I'm happy that I did that, because I feel like even though I wasn't making the best choices, like, just, you know what I mean, I was still young, I still enjoyed it. I think what I would tell them is that it's all about choice, isn't it? Like, if you want to do something, you have to let certain things go. Like, do you remember, like, before, like, when I used to do what I used to do, I used to roll with, like, certain girls, innit? And then when it started getting out of hand, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, that I actually want to do athletics. And then it took me a while to start getting serious. I was like, you know what, I don't want to, like, even though it might be a bit hard, if you want to really do something, you have to kind of make a choice and just say, you know what, this is what I want to do. and I'm to do this, I want to have to do that. So that's what I would say. 'Cause that's what I had to do for myself, innit?
I think a lot of people like think they can do both. Like
You can't.
you can try and like do your own thing and still cut through and be successful in life, but like
Yeah, I think you can't. Like, you can't. Again, cool. I'm not gonna lie. The episode is about me, so let me actually be more honest in it. Like, for example, when I think this is year 9 or year 10, maybe it was year 10. Like, I don't care about saying it now because I'm not that person back then, innit? But like, for example, even little stuff like when I deep it now, it's like, because I've never been grounded before, but when I was going yacht, I had to miss training. And then that's when I deep that raw, like I actually want to train. But because I've done this and I've gotten in trouble, I have to actually.
can I ask why you
Because I had a. Huh?
She said, huh?
You know what?
For the people that
You're trying to
Okay.
spin round and cut corners.
for the people that don't know what your is, can you explain?
Okay, so basically, what happened? What does it stand for? Youth offend?
Yeah, youth offenders team. I swear.
Something like that. Basically, basically what happened, like year 9 or something, long story short, I had like a fight in Croydon. Like a big
What,
one.
main Croydon?
Like outside
Main
main Croydon. And I was in my uniform. I was in.
Do you know how much that is? Main Croydon, like
Main Croydon. I was in my uniform.
Front line.
And then
big offense, fighting in your uniform. Big
police
offense.
came.
Poor.
Police came, and fast forward, I thought I was Gucci, and then I had to go station, and then blah blah blah, and then there was like, I was gonna let it go, cool, or you're gonna have to do whatever in it, and then I feel like a couple of weeks went by, and they was like, okay, cool, so you're gonna have to go to York for this amount of time, and I was like, cool.
Quick question though. The fact that you was in, did you fuck up the person?
Yeah.
The person fuck up you?
I mean, I don't want to be a prick, but I've never lost a fight.
Cool, say that. How many fights have you had?
I was gonna say
Countless.
this is not.
I've had,
Just let your audience know that you used to be a serial
honestly,
killer.
I was.
This time I was on the pushy.
She
think-
has highlights, you know.
She has highlights. It's so crazy.
Real, bro.
There's so many. I think I've had. I don't know. Not 8.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what's mad? I feel like
proud of
if
it,
I was
man.
in
It's
school,
come a
I think
long
I would
way.
call her to fight someone. Like, get my young G up. Like, I'm gonna get my young G. Okay,
I think 8. But you know what it is? I'm not gonna.
It's big fights. It's not like.
It's not like,
people-
oh,
like,
bloody
people
hell.
that
It's not
don't
like
know
that.
her
No,
know
the
of
fight.
her, bro.
Do you know how funny it is? I can't lie. I can't laugh the way I want to laugh because
Why?
because the audio is mine's closed.
that's why I turned my face like this.
Man said she's had like 8 fights and she remembers them like it's, I don't know, like Manny Pacquiao and them, man.
No, I can't forget.
Man's cool like,
You
yeah.
can't imagine her being a fighter, innit?
I can.
You what? I feel like I'm so calm now, though.
You've
Nah,
changed
I don't
so
know.
much.
Calm.
It's so mad.
Don't let me go open the WhatsApp.
Fair enough.
No,
Going back to the point, innit? It's like, again, I was just like, it's a weird one because I'm not gonna sit here and say, don't go and do that, because the way I was back then, I reacted to things differently. Like when I deep it, things that could have been spoken about, I resorted to the straight violence. So I'm not gonna say, don't not react, just do athletics. No, you're not an elite. So you know what I mean? If someone's gonna do something, like if someone's gonna draw you out, don't get that. Do you know what I mean? So I can't say don't do that, but what I would say is that you don't have to do that all the time. Like this, like how can I? Fam, I can't say violence isn't the answer, because sometimes it is. However,
Yeah, it's still.
like it's sometimes you have to hit someone. How?
Alright, today in 2021,
Yeah.
if you had an altercation with someone, are you resorting to violence? Is that your first resort?
It's not my first resort, but it's like this is the thing. I'm not really. You don't know. I already started anyway, so I'm not even on chatting like that. Let's take. When you stuttering fool, and then I'm gonna beat you up.
That's probably why she was a fighter. I never deeped it.
Man said you couldn't get your.
I
words
can't
out, so
imagine
that's
I'm
just
stuttering
fine.
and like,
That's crazy
get out. Then now I want to get. I don't think I'd resort to violence, but honestly,
It's not off the cards.
No.
do you know what it is? Like,
very much
I
on
can't
the
lie. To be honest, like sometimes when I go outside, and like you know when you go meet someone barges you and that, I kind of think to myself like, you don't like. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want to react. I don't want to like drag you and ask you why you doing that, because then I know what I'm like. So I don't know, like.
I don't think there's an issue with having that spirit. I think, like you said, innit? There's a difference between being a calm person and being taken for a dickhead. Like, if you got barged by 4 people in a row on the road that you didn't know, for example, that 4th person has to get banged. Unfortunately, it's not on his fault. It's the rules of the life. It's how it goes. But it's a very different scenario where you're on a train and someone looks at you, you say what, and you start scrapping them on the main train. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a happy medium, I think, between being full pushy inners and
You lot on this pushy.
no, because I didn't think it was that funny, but now that I think about it, it's actually
funny.
jokes.
Like,
You know what's mad as well? When I go from my Snap memories, I hear the music that was playing in the background.
No, you're
I like
too
K
much.
trap playing in the background. I had all of that.
It's so
There's a
bad.
trap
Like,
music.
Sick had it
You still have the pushing.
Still has that bike.
I don't ride it though. I ride
still have
sometime backs now. That's more class.
You keep the pushy as what? As a memory.
It's just it's there. Like I did that.
She looks. I know she looks at him, but like, oh, back in the day.
No, because there's a picture that I can't find, and there's a picture of me on the back with like one of my friends. I think Jeb even, and we're all doing like that on the back. But like, as a girl, I'm like, Ines, why are you doing that?
I'm gonna go look.
Did you name the bike?
Huh? No. But I was always on it though.
Fucking
Like, I'll just ride it, because why not?
Hood celeb.
But
Yeah, man.
okay, and then to really answer your question, and not to go off topic as well. Like you said, I'm not from Central, innit? I'm actually from Ends. I'm not gonna act like you're from the same area, innit? Ooh, what's that? Alarm.
Things in it.
I'm gonna say your alarm at this time. But like you can do anything. It doesn't really matter where you're from, to be honest. Like you can do mad things. That's straight. Like you can do mad things no matter where you're from. So do you know what I mean?
What would you say what has been your biggest lesson in life, besides from athletics? Let's put athletics aside. Like, what has been your biggest lesson in life?
My biggest lesson in life. What I've learned. What have I learned? I've learned a lot of things. What's the biggest thing that I've learned? I don't want to make it emotional though.
Do what you want, bro. It's your episode.
No. I don't want to make it emotional, but I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is check on your friends. Like check, because remember, not to be emotional on that, but then the whole like when my friend Ashton died, it was like obviously you can't put the blame on you, but it's like raw. Maybe if I just asked how are you at that exact day before she passed, then things could have been different. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that like that's how it is, but obviously like, I always have that on the back of my mind. So I think the biggest lesson I've actually learned is to check on the people.
It's cute.
It's a basic lesson. It's the truth though, because I think everyone says check on your people, yeah. But the reason why I take that so heavy is because like I've lost someone so close to me because maybe I could have checked. So that's why I take it. Yeah.
Have you ever checked on one of your people and then instantly thought I shouldn't even have checked on you still?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
I do that. No, because I feel like
happens.
That question for a reason.
Yeah. Sometimes you check on
Trying
a
to get
random.
other people's opinions.
I don't even need man's opinion. I just know that's how I feel sometimes. I'll be like, yo, what are you saying? Man are telling me about some spiel. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to hear about this right now, man. But it's like you
that's
said.
actually quite rich.
Huh?
That's quite rich. I think sometimes, and I think what kills me as well is like I'll try to check on people and then they don't reply
Yeah, things like that.
the day after or something.
Is that draw?
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like
Is that draw?
sometimes when I just want to be that nice person, like, how you doing? And then the day passes, it's like, oh, obviously I was just doing
You
this.
don't
and
want to
that.
talk about the conversation.
It's alright there.
Can't be Reuben you're talking about. It must be Reuben though.
I think it's Reuben, but
Must be.
you tell me, Reuben.
That's fine because I'm here now. Man.
Yeah.
Nah, damn, it's not even a accent. Don't worry about it.
It's not even an
I'm
acting.
trying to find this picture of her and the pushy. I have to show them.
Wait, was it red?
fucking no.
I've got two red, one red,
You
one.
had two.
Yeah, two pushy.
Oh my god.
One was red, one was like
Twin barrel
dark
thing.
grey.
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't play with the next
Barrel thing.
Don't play with
That's that she would alternate them on different days. So I'm hearing it. Flim. Some of these questions are interesting, you know. I'm not gonna read the mad thing one.
Yeah, because some people ask me some.
Yeah,
mad
you got
questions.
a very
I've
interesting
got mad
audience.
questions people ask me.
Very interesting audience that people are asking. you any
Someone
kind of
said,
things.
is it wrong for white people?
When she sent me the list, yeah, I said, everyone, she was like, oh, these questions are mad. I said, alright, I couldn't even look at it. Looking through the question, I'm like, this is
It went
calm.
over my head.
This is
so-
calm.
Hey,
This is
don't
calm.
kill me, bro.
I said, what? Are you?
No, 'cause I'll be
I
real.
said banned.
No, but do you know why I can't answer that question? Because I feel like the black community are gonna just write me off.
Yeah, don't worry, we don't have to.
Fam, because you see
talk
me.
about that one,
if
talk
you-
about that one off mic.
Ah,
You know them-
off mic.
Yeah.
Off mic.
You know how
Go.
saying that we're screaming BLM.
Man, we'll start coming for you differently. Start calling you all kinds of colours.
Honestly, man, that's not me.
Yeah, coloured girl.
What's your view on relationships?
That was no. Wait. Before we end it off, whoever answered that question, that was a big send.
That was a big
It
send,
felt aggressive. Now read it again.
That's an aggressive.
I know this question. Wait, this must be from a guy.
Yeah,
Definitely, it has to be.
That's fishing.
Business.
Yeah.
You know them ones.
Nasty.
Man, them stay out of women's business. Man.
Nasty.
But anyway, what's your view on
God, I found
relationships
it.
since you've been single for 4 years?
Chai.
Yeah, do you have to add the
Like, why
4
would you
years?
do that, though?
Why are you gonna add that?
But I could have a review of relationships.
Honestly.
Honestly, being single for 4 years, bro.
So I think my view on relationships, I think they're a beautiful thing. They're beautiful. I can't wait for my next one. Honestly, that I'm proper happy. That I think they're really nice. My view on relationships, I think it's just like, I don't know, it's just nice to when I love someone and they love you too.
Aw.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a nice
That's a lovely
feeling.
sentiment.
Huh?
That's a lovely sentiment.
Yeah, thank you. Like, it's just nice. Like, cause I feel like the only thing that I don't know how everybody else in the room is here about this, but you see, with me, I'm kind of someone that, yeah, I've got a platform, but I don't care in it. Like, if I've got a boyfriend, I'm not gonna like, do the most to hide him from the world. And like, if I've got a boyfriend, I've got a boyfriend in it. Like, you're gonna know. You lot can laugh at you if you want in it, but like, if I wait, why do you laugh at that?
I want to say something, but I don't. Like, I'm just.
What are you gonna say? Wait, why? No, send. Right. You don't already started from the minute.
No, otherwise you would have stayed silent.
This is not my topic. This is not my question.
My
I'm
brother,
not gonna add to
Please
it.
add the thing, because what you're saying, someone might even co-sign.
No. I've got the picture of her and the pushy. That's the next thing that I'm gonna move to. Not this relationship thing.
Jesus.
We'll talk off mic.
Nah, relationship.
I love relationships. They're beautiful.
Stress though. That's all I'm saying.
You
Stress.
currently in one.
No, I'm not in one.
I was gonna say, pull your girl, go and watch it. Like, what do you think of that?
Nah, I think.
What do you mean by that?
Honestly.
Oh,
What do you mean by that?
And nah, what else is? I think.
And his exes. Man.
I don't know.
No, you're
I
right.
have been single for a long time, so I feel like I might.
Or do you want one?
I feel like that question's so hard.
It's a mad question. I feel like I've been
so
single
mad.
for so long. I kind of like being single,
So
I
mad.
want a relationship.
but then I do want a relationship at the same time. I
You're
feel
honest, or you want one?
I
no, chat
I
likes.
actually say
No,
this,
but chat likes love them,
Well,
man.
at least 3 times a day I say, I want a dumb one.
Oh, done.
No, I would like to have one though.
but you was in one 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
So you don't know how it feels to be in a relationship now.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. I
Because
don't
you
know.
was young.
You're
You know
not
what
even
I'm
the
saying?
same person you are.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And things have changed now.
You change. I feel like everyone changes every year. You even change every month.
It's
Mad,
What's
you know,
every
man.
month? What's every
You
month?
know, yeah, when you look back on like a Snapchat memory
Mm.
from a year ago, you're like, rah, like that's what I was on. Like,
Yeah, it's so
it's
mad.
mad. Like every year, like,
Change.
and at that time, yeah, like even now, yeah, like how we are now, man just thinks, yeah, I'm wavy. But in a year's time, I'll probably look back and be like,
What the fuck was I doing?
Yeah,
fam?
yeah.
like,
But that's life, man. It's a constant and continuous growth of person yourself. You don't want to be the same person in a year. You don't want to be the same person in half a year. You don't want to be the same person even maybe next month. You know, there's some things that you might tolerate today, and I'd be like, nah,
yeah,
I gotta pattern that shit up. And it's never like a conscious. I don't think it's often a conscious decision. It's just how things progress. Just get better and better. Ain't that wrong with being better?
For real. It's always growth. Always.
What do you want to add to the thing, Sonyce?
No, I'm gonna move to the picture.
Nah,
I've got
nah,
a picture.
because I'm not gonna forget this one.
Why would you not forget it?
Why are you acting in the room, man?
I'm not atting anyone in the room.
Right,
What relationships
neither.
in their I'm not one to talk. I can't talk about it. I'm
can't.
not in a
Why can't you
relationship.
talk about it?
Because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be that person. Like, she's not in a relationship. She can't say anything. I'm just gonna let me keep the peace.
Oh, that's fine.
Keep the peace. You say what you need to say. I'll even add to
I
it.
thought you was from South.
What?
Man's challenging yourself.
Oh, that's
Let's
a
not do
shot
that.
set.
That's
That's what I thought, innit? That's what I thought.
Let's not do that. on camera.
Spicy.
Still not making me say what I wanted to say.
So you're not really from the 7, are you?
Oh, you can't talk.
Me, no, I'm actually from North London. I'm
Yeah,
proud of it.
exactly.
Proud of it.
But can I show the audience you on the pushy? I find this
Let me see the picture.
so
Okay, show us. We try editing the video.
What picture
You
is
got to put it on the video.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up and show
No,
them.
we'll get editing. Why you being out?
No. I'm gonna go up and show them.
Why you being
We can't edit this thing after.
Just in case she doesn't put it up.
That's the thing. I'm gonna show them because it's all about Ines, innit?
Which one
I
is
don't
it?
think I've seen
On
it.
the bike, which one is it?
No,
is it us two together?
No. Why would I take a picture
No,
of you
no.
next to a bike?
Oh,
Oh,
wait, is it
no.
when I got the book from you?
Yeah, you got the book from me. I got a picture of it.
I think
It was in 2017.
Yeah, that's when I started college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I finished my A levels and I was giving you my hand-me-downs.
I wasn't even in
That's
it.
when you started
Linked
quali.
me in a-
Yeah, us.
So, now I'm talking about the
Oh, no.
pushback thing.
No, I think I ended it sometime.
Chad, you was right. The back was red.
So wait.
Back
I've
was red.
seen me on the back.
Hey, I even got
Right,
I even got a
right.
question about that.
What,
So when exactly did it click in your head that raw like I can't keep moving like this, like I need to pattern up.
Do you know what's
Like,
crazy?
No, do you know
she
what-
used to get man as well.
Thank
When
you,
she was on a-
Sonyce,
No,
man.
this is
No,
not
thank
thank you
you.
thing. This is not thank you.
Wait, what?
I don't think they knew
thank you.
that who they were
Oh my
linking
god.
would link them first and then take their pushback out.
Oh
Nah.
my god.
mad.
Nah, I rate that, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that's probably why I didn't start doing how I was doing.
That's character building.
Because it was like
It was
even at my throwback, even the way I used to dress as well.
Question.
Like,
Tracksuits and that, innit?
no, I had these pair of jeans that were like Armani jeans, but they were like the Mandem jeans. I used to wear them a lot. I've got a picture. I'll show
For
you
the sake
later.
of Armani.
Yeah, because of Armani, I used to wear it, but it's like the reason why I didn't really mind how I was back then was because, like you said, I was still getting like my boyfriends were when I was Mandem. Do you know what I mean?
When your boyfriend goes out with a man, then you're there as well with them.
She's there.
Say nothing.
Throwing up guns.
No, I was in the house sometimes. That's not like that. That don't really count though.
Let me show the viewers.
You know what's man? I've got a video like my ex, and we have like the same tracksuit.
It's a bit ghetto what I'm doing, but
I mean that's calm innit? But if your boyfriend's wearing a road like
Why are you showing me?
it even matches the book. Can they see the cup and the it matches the book.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I
look
had
at it
the
twice.
book.
This is
so
not
gully,
old.
old, you know.
It's not old. It's not that
old.
Oh, she wants
Steve's
older.
not,
Let me
Steve's
see,
not
let
as
me
old
see.
as you might think. Like,
She wants like the old ones.
no, that even looks recent.
You
Still
was
can't
before
lie.
that, you wasn't still out here.
No, but I think I just stopped because it's like I think I kind of deeped. No. When I went to college, I was like, do you know what, Ines? Like you're going to
Don't
college
lie,
now.
man. You still ride a pushback.
She still would now. I think she does
she rides
now.
pushies, not she rides
Sometime bike.
Yeah.
Would you link?
Her
Would
thing
you
has
link a man
not
on a
got
pushy?
cobwebs on it. It has
And
not
a
got
pushy?
cobwebs.
Would you link a man on a pushy?
Nah, right now.
She would.
Today.
No,
Link a man.
She would. She would.
not my own bike.
She would. You know that thing where they would say, I need a lift. She'll put them on the front of the handles and ride the wheel. I know you would.
Piss.
It's in your nature.
Can you do
Ma-
it really?
No, I wish I could. I can do no hands.
That's fine. No worry. Everyone can do no hands.
I actually can't.
And I'm gonna
No, not a lot of girls can do no hands, you know. Not a lot of girls can do
I can
that.
snap. No, I can ride with no hands.
She could go to the
Like when I
Olympics
just
or
snap,
BMX.
when I just
hard
snap,
still.
I've got a video of me and Jeff riding, and we're riding. I've got just riding like this on ends. That I can actually ride.
Have you ever fell off the back before?
I can ride a bike.
Why did you need your hands free?
Wait, what?
Why did you need your hands free?
Because
She was trying to remember.
Someone was out here on a Carrera with the knife. Just
you know what it is. You lot
Drive-by shooting.
you lot are getting onto me.
10 minutes.
doing the drive-by shooting on a bike is hilarious, by the way. You're not going anywhere. What are you talking about? I said, pew, pew, bing, bing.
And then that's the question, because
Is
you
a
lot
nice
is getting
person
onto
a
me.
good person? We're doing
No.
this now. Is a nice person a good person? Why?
Nobody cares if you're nice.
Because
What do you mean?
you can. Just because you're nice, doesn't mean you're good.
Wait, what?
What's nice though?
Nice and
Not
good.
fake
No,
nice.
I'm not joking. Nice and good have got different definitions. Nah,
Nice and
I don't remember not off my head. Reuben, map me up on this, please. Reuben,
Yeah.
please.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it now, I get it.
Reuben,
Man's not googling it, but
Reuben, we had this talk before.
if
Please,
someone's
please,
nice,
please,
then like
please.
that's cool. Man can be nice and very tolerable and that, but like you're not objectively good. Like you're not necessarily doing objectively good things. You can be nice about being a dickhead. Like man can say, Sonyce, I really think that hat is terrible. I said it in a nice way, but what I said was not nice. It was rude. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's them ones like
Giving pleasure or satisfaction.
is that nice?
Yeah.
Bro, man.
Yeah,
pleasure or
that's a different kind of nice. That's a different kind of nice. man.
Bro, that you did not search up the
Honestly,
definition of nice,
that's what I'm
man.
saying.
Man search up on different dictionary words.
Pleasant or attractive. So that means that technically being nice can be like is fake.
Yeah, essentially, if it's not genuine, then yeah.
But I think
If it's
good
not
is
coming
like good is you're a good person.
I think sometimes you have to do like good things are not the nice thing to do. Like doing the good thing is not necessarily the nice thing to do. in a
Yeah,
situation.
that's a perfect way to do it. I think I'm a good person.
For an example, like there was always nice girls in school, but they weren't good. That's what came to my head.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Or
'Cause
like
I thought people can be nice and good. At
100%. Like my boy was telling me the other day. There was another guy in our school who was going through some stuff. Must have been going through stuff at home. I don't know. But it manifested in him smelling in it. That man didn't smell nice. And everyone said, like, yo, man, you stink. Like, it's not that thing. We have to stay away from you. My boy was like, yo, he was shotting. You know when people in school shotting like Vintos and cookies and shit like that. So he was shotting like that. He's like, look, I bought you a little sign in it. Obviously, the man's not got bare bread, but like, sold some stuff. Here's a little like care package for you. Got like some deodorant, some this, some that.
That is
like,
so nice.
hold that in it. Like,
Most people
use
are
it.
nice,
It's
you know.
so
The amount of stuff, bro.
deodorant, all of that stuff, man. Like, clean yourself in it. Like, man turned around like, what are you doing? Man, just telling me how to stick. He was like, you know what? Fairs. He tried to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily the nicest thing to tell someone like, yo, you smell. You need to sort that out. But you can try to be good in it. And good people don't always get recognized in the ways that they maybe should. But like, it's not important. People that are good don't be good for the acknowledgement. You do good because you're a good person and you got to put good out the world. But that's what you said you tried to do, and to be fair, I think all of us as your friends can attest to that. Like, you're a good person. You're a good person still.
Literally.
Clean-hearted.
Thanks.
That's why it's hilarious when some people dark you.
Huh?
It's hilarious when some people dark you.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm actually a good person.
They don't know you actually try and actively
In it, fam.
try and actively.
Are you taking it personal?
Cause that man in it, yo.
Do you want to say what you was going to say? Like, who's
Nah,
the
so-
certain man?
This is what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing that now. I'm
I
flipping
don't
it.
know them in it, but obviously, and just told me in it.
Oh,
So
he
that
actually
man
said it.
moving mad,
Oh,
fam. I don't care.
I don't care.
You feel bad, like bro, my act's
Switch
there,
up
innit?
now.
I said my
Leave
ass
her
there.
alone, fam. And ain't done nothing to no one, fam.
No, she hasn't.
Let me see what else is on this thing that we need to.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice guys never win.
That's true though.
Nice guys never
Yeah,
win.
you don't need to.
Depends what you want to
I
win.
mean, yeah.
Depends what you want to win.
In general.
God, man said that nice was giving pleasure. That's what
Nah, like, yo.
What other questions do people ask me?
Are you intentionally blunt, or is that just how you speak?
You don't answer for me.
I think
So-
it's just blunt. Just say how it is.
Yeah. You don't have time to be going around in circles.
Yeah.
The banter is, they're right, but it's more than that as well. Like, there is a strand of your humor that is being blunt. For example,
See that story.
I'll say something like, "Oh, Inez, we're walking straight, and then we're gonna take a left," and you'll be like, "No shit, Sherlock."
I love that one.
Now, if that was someone else that said that to me, lies. Anyone who said that to me, including you, once you said that, I'll say, cool, I'm going home. You can go walk where you would. I'll now turn around and be like, no, Reuben, I was joking. Oh, it's just how I am. So I am. But like, now that I understand that that's how you are, I'm a lot more like lenient and tolerable with you in terms of things like that, because that's your humor. But for the most part, yeah, like you don't sugarcoat shit. Man, just be like, look, I'm not gonna lie, this is what it is. And then when you're trying to be funny, then
You're trying to be
you
funny.
do that as well.
I'm
Sometimes
funny
you don't
though.
try, you're actually just funny.
Trying.
Because you're
Sometimes
funny.
you're jokes. You're just jokes on your own.
Oh,
Sometimes
That's
you're
it.
proper jokes, but then yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can be naturally blunt, like without like wanting to, but sometimes you know in it what you're doing. You're the ones that you're just actually just being extra. But yeah,
being extra.
trying
Think I'm extra when I'm blunt.
trying to be funny.
So now what you would normally say next is thanks, guys. Thanks. Just tell me
Yeah,
hey.
cheers.
Cheers, guys. That's
Yeah.
thanks, man. And it's just like it's okay.
Yeah, man. Oh wait, I had one. Like, there's actually some mad questions.
I know I've been skimming
And
through
please,
that.
I'm not
wanna
gonna
ask
say
you
it, but you don't need to miss the one with the S, the end of the Y,
Yeah.
because the episode will finish right now. Instantly.
What can we expect next from you?
That's a nice question too.
What about what the podcast? I mean, in general.
Or in general, it could
You
be
answer any way you want to take it.
Everything, man.
What could be next? Obviously, this time next year I'll be a graduate.
Come
That's
on.
one thing. In terms of athletics, yeah. Obviously, you don't know. You'll get to see this more with me in athletics. Yeah, I don't like to talk about it too much. But hopefully, you'll see something good next year. I mean, you lot should see something good next year.
Subtle.
Yeah, I want to start dropping more Yeah, definitely gonna drop some more content next year. I might even start in winter. Do you know what I mean? You'll definitely see some more tracks off. And the podcast, I mean, more seasons in it.
Seasons from here.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
Is it going how you expected?
Nah. When I started, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I started it, I didn't think it'd actually be. Cause I started like I'm on their podcast, and it was kind of quick the way I started it. Like I thought about it, I got the name, got a logo. Like yeah, let's just do this.
You executed quite quickly.
Like I didn't actually think that I'd do visuals. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think I'd actually be doing visuals. I didn't think though. I'm not gonna lie. There's been certain times I wanted to not do a podcast. I just want to quit. And it's funny because whenever I want to quit or not do an episode, someone messages me like, "Oh yeah, this episode was really good by the way. Oh, I had a good listen to this now. Oh, when's the next episode?" I'm thinking, "Oh, so let me not stop then because some people actually listen to it." Do you know what I mean? Like there are certain episodes. Like for example, there'll be certain episodes where I'll think are kind of like just content, but people, "Oh yeah, I pop that as an episode." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thank you." Like, do you know what I mean? So it's going better than I thought because like I said, like I listen to podcasts and I watch them, but I don't watch bare. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of winging it myself. So when people say to me, they rate my thing, I don't know what to always say because it's like me. I'm just like I have like every season I list like my topics, and sometimes I won't even do it. I'll just this week I want to do this.
Yeah, freestyle.
You're not free to come record with me. Let's go and do that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's going better. It's going better than I thought. 100%.
You should be proud so far because like you're doing things properly as well. Like people take things serious when you're doing it at a good level.
Yep.
I've seen podcasts where like from whoever like where they're not putting in any effort. Like you started off just audio, like obviously your things on Spotify. You had one venue, now it's another. Like you get me, like. Everything's, and you're always trying something. Like you'll hit me like, "Oh yeah, this and that. I'm thinking of doing this." Like even though you may not see it as like anything mad, like what you're doing is really good, and that's why you're getting a better reception than you may have thought. Like it's good, man. I'm excited to see
Season 5.
Yeah, literally, even with the podcast itself, like, what kind of advice may you give to somebody that obviously they might not have a podcast right now, innit? But obviously intentional, they want to start one. Like,
what advice would I give? What advice would I give? This one's a little bit hit and miss. This one, I'd kind of say, ideally, I'd kind of do a podcast with someone else, but at the same time, I like the fact that it's mine.
yeah.
So at the same time, as much as I, because I feel like it makes it, I feel like it's kind of easier if you have somebody else with you, because it's like, let's say you can't get guests, you know, 100% it'll be just us two talking or something. But by myself, it's like, cool. If people don't pull through, then there's no episode this week. I say that again, but then when it's your own thing, you do it yourself, and like you do it yourself. So you see, with me, it's like more time. I kind of pre-record in it, so there's always an episode that's coming.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So I think that's something that I'd probably advise if like, especially because we're in uni as well. Like, if you're not gonna be like in ends or something, pre-record. Another piece of advice I'd probably say is, make sure you enjoy it, innit? I'll be real. I mean, I know the people that do like, cool. This is something that I'm doing that I don't actually care about money.
You don't care about money?
Yeah, like for example, my uni job that I'm gonna get, I'm intending to get nice salary with that.
Yeah.
Athletics, hopefully one day I get sponsored and that. With my podcast, I'm not gonna, if I don't get paid for it, I don't mind, because like people enjoy it, people are listening. Like it's something that I do that I really enjoy, and I can say that I'm actually a podcaster, so I'll definitely say that as well.
Yeah.
And that the only advice I give to someone starting a podcast, just don't. You know what it is as well. How can I forget this? Don't try and copy someone else in it, because everyone thinks different. Like, see my podcast is not half-cast. It's not winners one. It's not that. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, someone that likes their podcast, my thing is also different from theirs. So it's like, don't just literally just do your own thing, because at the end of the day, you're gonna find listeners that want to listen to what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean? So just keep it real.
Even Yeah, I even forgot. Even building on from that, yeah. You see how, obviously, your podcast is called Let's Talk French, innit? Like, would you kind of like, I don't know, like make a brand from that? Like, as in like, everyone knows you by, French, or like, Let's Talk French. Like, that is your brand. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, would you expand from just the podcast alone?
other stuff.
Like, not even just that, but like, let's say, obviously, you carry on doing the podcast. I don't know, maybe like create like a little T-shirt with like the logo with the Let's Talk French, but like that's just your brand. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, would you do something like that?
Probably in the future, you know, that would be actually nice. Yeah, something like that, or like probably host stuff on the Let's Talk French.
Yeah,
and obviously, again, you know, because I do like, again, the tracks how they mean, so I could probably do like sporty stuff under Let's Talk French, or that normal stuff under that. So yeah, I think that is something that I would definitely consider.
Would you ever have like a French episode? Like,
It depends, you know.
That would actually bang.
It would.
That would bang.
It would bang, but again, that's an episode where
could just be one. I know a lot of people might not be able to understand, but
even with that as well, yeah, there'll be bare Franangais, like
Yeah,
bare with French mixed with English and that,
Honestly.
fam.
that's how I speak French. I mix a lot.
Yeah, literally.
Or like, for example, we're Cameroonian, innit? So I might have like an Ivorian on here.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll talk how they want to talk French. Or like Congolese person might like Bengali. So it's a bit techie. Because we all speak French here, but it's like,
it's different.
Different.
yeah, it's kind
French.
of like we all speak it, but like Congolese people, they're not actually mix Lingala sometimes. And I don't speak Lingala, I only speak French. So
Listen, as long as you put on like a Forky's instrumental underneath the thing, I don't mind. Because them man, I don't know what them man are saying, but that shit sounds great.
Yeah,
shout out to Akola there. He needs to leave, in my opinion.
He needs to leave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't lie.
I think they're holding him back.
He's doing the solo
Yeah,
thing.
he's doing
though.
it solo. They're holding him back. He carries that on his back.
I wouldn't be able to tell you who's who on them things.
Really, he's the one that you. Oh, well. So and guys, so before we wrap this up, what can I say? Before we wrap this up, again, like I said in the beginning, I just want to say thank you again to everyone that's been like supporting me. It does not go unnoticed, like, and I'm actually meaning like with me, like I actually remember every single person that's like reshared on Instagram, posted it, messaged me on Snap, everything. Like it does not go unnoticed at all. I don't know what to say now. Obviously, season 5 will be coming when it comes. So again, it's been a really good season, guys. So thank you guys. Love from French.